Welcome back to Buddies on Buddies, the only podcast where it's actual buddies talking about buddy action comedies. I'm Lucas Hill.
I'm Kenny Lane.
And we're talking buddies action comedy. Kenny, how you doing this week?
Is that what I sound like? Really?
No, that was my Case Keenum.
Casey Kasem?
Yeah. Case Keenum's a
We're counting in the top 40, blah, blah. You ever heard that clip where he explodes on his people? It's so great. It's like, don't give me one of those goddamn up-tempo songs when I'm reading a fucking dog dying list. What the fuck is your problem? Yeah.
Welcome back.
Great.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
it would be so hard to be like his wife when he gets angry.
The voice is Shaggy from
yeah, he's Shaggy. Don't come in here with tea. You say it's hot. It's ice cold tea. Get out of here, you stupid bitch. Coming up next.
Yeah,
that's a good start. I think that's a good start. Mm-hmm. What are you drinking? What was that?
It's an exotic drink. It's called Coors Light.
Oh, well, they put it in a fancy can. It looked like it said chill on it. I was like, is he just drinking
a
can of chill?
I've noticed that Coors Light cans up here in the Northwest, they all have these weird I don't know what on them. One's bold, chill, I don't know what's going on with Coors Light. Why they have to put a little word on there.
So they become like signs that moms put up, that are engraved on wood.
I don't know. But Coors Light, I will say Coors Light is the #1 beer seller at my golf course by far. As far as for golfers, I don't know why Coors Light is the Bud Light or Miller Light, but Coors Light in the Northwest is huge. I don't understand.
Well, they're all idiots up there. That could be part of it.
Is it really? I think Arizona is Budweiser.
It's Bud Light.
That was the big Bud Light, yeah. And then in the Midwest, it's Miller Light, but it's all the same shit basically.
It really is. But what do you like though? I'm a Miller Light guy. If I have to,
I'm a Miller Light guy. Yeah, and
that's why we're buddies.
That's why we're buddies. That's why you bond. Yeah.
How was your week? Anything to report?
That was good. Yeah, I went to Megan and I went to Portland last weekend and went to the Portland Pickles game, the single A baseball team. That was a lot of fun. Went with my sister and her family and
holy shit! I mean, anything radio worthy to report?
Oh, this is fucking radio worthy, of course, man. Well, one thing I wanted to say about the game is I noticed that one time this guy got ejected. It looked like he was giving a performance a little bit. And do you know what the Savannah Bananas?
Yeah.
You sent link to them.
Yeah.
Well, I've kind of heard they're kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Heard they are. Yeah.
They are? Okay.
I mean,
yeah, so with all this shit with that,
hey, the Yankees aren't going to sign anybody from Savannah Bananas.
Well, it's a lot of fun. The game was a lot of fun, and everyone was there's a beach ball going. They have all this crazy shit going on, and Savannah Bananas, by the way, are selling out every fucking arena that they're going to. So I was kind of is this real baseball or what? And then well, I asked one of the guys at work who's a big baseball fan, and he said, "Well, it's if they're a farm league, then yeah, they're not going to be fuck around with that shit. But if it's not, then Savannah Bananas, then they'll just do whatever. But I guess it's a college league, so they have college players going, so it is legitimate baseball as far as I know."
Yeah, no, they're baseball players, but they're not serious baseball players in that they're going to make it to the major leagues. What they're hoping to get is a TV contract. If that shit gets more and more entertaining, but more likely than not, it's going to fizzle out and it's going to be a fad that people lose interest in, like basketball.
Okay. Basketball lost interest?
Yeah, basketball was a big college sport regionally. That's why the Zucker brothers
made Trey Parker, Matt Stone shit.
The Zucker brothers made that movie based on their own personal experience because they were blowing up. Baseball got really popular locally and everything. This is a little different. Yeah, you didn't know any of this?
Huh. No.
Yeah, and then so they wrote the movie Baseball about it, and then gave it to Matt Stone and Trey Parker to star in because they were hot off of South Park.
Yeah. I remember
I'm
Matt
not
Stone telling
lying.
me. No, I'm not saying you're lying. Yeah, I remember like Matt Stone telling me like there was a
Oh yeah, by the way, Kenny worked at South Park.
yeah, a long time ago. And I remember like Matt Stone telling me like there was a preview in Phoenix, I think of like the Arizona Mall there, and Fox, whatever it was called. And so the preview audience went nuts for it. They're like, "You have the biggest movie of the summer," and they were like, "Wow, really? Oh my god!" And then it came out, then no one liked it.
I loved it when I was in theaters.
It's got some funny
I
moments,
was
definitely.
good.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I have a correction. I was talking about We Own This City, and I said Chicago. It's Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking wanted to shoot my fucking brains out.
Yeah. Okay. Do you watch the old episodes that we do? I do sometimes. I'll go back and watch the episodes.
I watch them 4 or 5 times each. I like to have my finger on the pulse of buddies on buddies. No, I'll if Mary goes to bed and I've drinking enough, then yeah, I'll throw them on for sure.
I'll throw them on. What's your favorite episode and your least favorite episode?
I don't watch them enough. Look, by the time I'm
I've ranked them.
by the time I'm drunk enough to be able to watch myself, there's no way I'm going to remember what the fuck is going on.
There's no way I can watch this show with Megan. It drives me crazy. Yeah, it's so weird just watching myself, talk. Yeah.
Well, like everything I do, my wife hates it. Mary, there's no interest.
She's against it. You're gonna fail. Fuck this. Yeah.
And like with Genuine Jerk stuff, she's like, "Oh, you have a new sketch?" Like, yeah, it's been out for like a month. Oh, I didn't know.
Mhm.
It's like, we're gonna subscribe to the channel. Click the bell. Like, what do you need to do?
Dude, yeah. But what can you do?
Well, I mean, she's got a great body, so
There's always that.
So what movie are we doing this week? We're running out of time.
Okay, we're doing the 1985 Warner Brothers release, Spies Like Us, starring Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd, directed by John Landis.
Before we get to that, what else have you watched this week?
I saw the Thor 4.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers.
Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder. I saw it last weekend.
Do you like it?
I liked it. I liked it fine. Yeah, I thought it was funny. One of my friends is like a huge Marvel dude, and like he hated it. So it was like, how dare they?
Let me guess.
Yeah,
is it Ishvan?
It is Ishvan. Yes, he hated it. So it was like it made Thor into a joke and blah blah blah. So I walked into it thinking I'm going to see a dumb Thor comedy, and that's what it was. And I liked it fine. I thought it was funny and fun.
Ishvan's favorite Thor movie, one of his favorite Marvel movies, is the second Thor, which is subjectively or objectively one of the worst.
Well, he likes Thor 2, but his Iron Man 2 is like his favorite. So I don't know. He has a lot of weird. I don't know.
He's contrary for the sake of being contrary.
No, I don't think he is. I don't think he's a contrarian. I just think he has a lot of like strange picks, but which makes it interesting to talk to him about it. But yeah, he thought it was just too woke and stuff. I didn't really get.
By the way, here's something about Ishvan. A few handful of he's a sexist, racist, freaking far right who thinks he's a libertarian. Kind of an asshole, and he's a huge cynic. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, we should go back a little bit where so we were all in the same film class.
Oh yeah, we all met in film school. Yeah.
We all was in film school. And Lucas was super jealous of Ishvan's Western that he made, the short film that he made, because it was way better than
the production value of that was insane. Like it looked like a fucking feature. Like I was like, holy shit. We're walking around with little fucking 16 millimeter black and white cameras.
Yes. And ever since then, Lucas has had to troll Ishvan on Facebook every time he posts something that's like super political or super which is often actually.
I appreciate that you're in his corner, but I was jealous of him. I respect him so much. We both did. We were like, I lobbied to get him to work the camera and stuff because he's so technically sound. Ishvan posts horrible things that are anti-choice, anti-Roe versus Ray, everything you can think of, racism, like
Yeah.
everything, like
Racism. He posts
classism.
racist stuff.
Oh yeah, if he posts shit all the time where it's like obviously racist. I don't want to get into this, but yeah. So I just got sick of it.
You seem like you wanted to get into this.
I want to get into a little bit. I just got so sick of it. So when I see it, I just say what it is. Like, this is racist. This is sexist. This is.
I think you guys have different politics, and that's he's so that's why it's a little
his little cartoon
contentious there. Yeah,
his little cartoon he posted of socialism, like the working man and the boot of socialism. Like, Jesus Christ. It's just, this is all textbook. This is written for them to use by fucking people who want them to divide and conquer.
One thing I kind of like dug about Ishvan is that he was like way into drugs, when we were hanging out, like the thing, and he was also a hardcore conservative, and he was also in film class. So it's like everybody was like hard left, but he was like the only guy who's like way into like Oliver Stone and shit, and then also into like in drugs, and also like a hardcore conservative. I thought that was interesting. I don't know. I didn't really like judge him on it. I just thought it was fun to talk to.
He's the problem with modern. We're not going to do this for very long, but it's kind of funny. He's the problem with modern conservatives, where they're like less government, but also women shouldn't have a choice of what they do with their bodies. Like, it's, then what do you want? It's,
I don't know.
You're moving the goalpost all the time, and he's the epitome of that. This is a comedy podcast. Welcome back to Buddies on Buddies.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think you guys would hit it off, as you probably did at my last.
No, do you want to
see each other?
The wedding.
The wedding. He said. What? Yeah, he said. He said, well, first off, my ex-wife, because we're not married anymore, because I got divorced.
That's all right. It was still a fun wedding.
It was still a fun wedding. It was on a boat and everything. And they showed up way late. You guys were all in part of the
wedding party.
Wedding party, yeah. And he couldn't figure out what the fuck it was or something, even though he's from Arizona. And his wife showed up in like sweatpants. My ex-wife was all pissed off about that. And then they couldn't figure out where the after party was, so they showed up at like 2 a.m. or something. And he was like, I showed up. I was driving around forever, and then I got there, and the only person left was really drunk Lucas, and that was what his take from it was.
That's his funny take, which is ridiculous. It was Andy, myself,
really funny,
hanging outside of my hotel, and I was like, hey,
Andy was there too,
yeah, and I was like, hey, you want to come with us? Because he seemed lost, because Ishvan, no offense to Ishvan, isn't exactly a social butterfly. I was like, you can come with us. And we sat there and shared a bottle of champagne and smoked cigarettes and pot. And Andy and I made jokes, and Ishvan sat there silently doing this. So, and I cherish that memory, and that's why I know it so well, because it was like one of the last times I got to, not to get into the Andy thing, but to really like hang out with Andy as Andy, Right,
yeah. So you try to welcome him in.
Exactly, and then he tells you that story, and it kind of hurts my feelings. I was like being really. Andy and I didn't need Ishvan there. Andy and I did not need Ishvan there.
Yeah, well, I like that. Just like, that hurts my feelings. We just fucking threw him under the bus.
Well, I think in this day and age, if you're a racist, sexist piece of shit, you should be called out on it. Now, what did I watch this week? It's a good question. I watched the new Jurassic Park.
Oh, you did? Well, I covered that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. But I couldn't believe how fucking enthrallingly bad it was. That is one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time, especially from A-level talent and A-level studios. That movie is hot garbage. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought, but I didn't even think it was like interestingly bad. I just thought it was like DOA. I didn't like the last one. I thought was kind of fun bad, but that one, I don't know. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yikes. I was really beside myself and how bad that movie actually was. And I don't think it's going to age well. It might be funny bad in about 10 to 15 years, but holy shit. And it made so much money. I was like, wow, Jesus Christ. And then going a little fast here, but because we wasted so much time on fucking Ishvan.
Well, no, I want to ask you. So the Jeff Goldblum speech in that movie that he gives, Megan and I were cracking up in the theater, and no one else was, because it was so fucking silly and trying to recreate his thing from the first movie. I don't know, did you clock that or no?
I didn't clock anything. At some point, I was like, just, I don't know, like literally outside of my body,
Uh-huh.
and experiencing this garbage. I also didn't have to be locked in to a theater seat because I saw it at home.
Yeah.
So, but I just couldn't get over how bad that was. I want to talk about one more movie and then we'll move on.
Okay. Okay.
Fear, the remake. Mary had
Yeah.
never seen it. I haven't seen it for years.
Yeah.
I was dying to rewatch it.
Martin Scorsese. Yeah.
Loved it. Loved it.
Loved it.
What a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good
One of the
movie.
best movie I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
His
Nick Nolte playing like the everyman, like the that
yeah, but he
kind of
does it
thing,
with
yeah.
so much intensity. He's so good.
Yeah.
I really think he holds his own with, the Oscar nominated Juliette Lewis, Diane
Yeah.
Lang, and fucking Robert De Niro. And he's as the everyman. He could have been
Yeah.
because Harrison Ford, I guess, was up for it, and I could see that. But Nick Nolte
Sure.
brings so much undercurrent and intensity to that role. It's just great.
Yeah. It probably. Have you seen the original? I don't think I've ever seen.
I don't
the
think I
original.
have. No, I know Mitchum and what's his fuck were in this.
And Gregory Peck. Yeah.
Gregory Peck. I was like, oh, they must have been in the original but I've never seen the original.
I haven't seen the original either, but like that, I every time I've seen that movie, it's like, wow, this is like a really good thriller, movie from the '90s, and top production values, cast, everything. It's like, wow.
And reading up on it, Spielberg was originally supposed to direct it, and I can totally see
Mhm.
that. And he told Scorsese,
Yeah.
just do it, blah blah blah. And I can see that because there's that kind of commercial touch,
Mhm.
but it's so within the genre and a throwback to the old movies. Like you feel,
Yeah.
but then it gets really dark and fucked up.
The Bernard
great.
Herrmann score is fucking nuts. It's like old Hitchcock.
It's
like,
oppressive, yeah. And
Yeah,
oppressive
yeah.
in a very good way.
Right. Ba, ba.
Nothing good's gonna come out of this. Just really impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Moving on to Spies Like
on.
Us.
Spies Like Us.
You want to
All
give the
right.
plot synopsis? I think it's your turn.
Sure. Okay. So two like low-level government workers that have aspirations to be in like the CIA or whatnot. They are bumped up to go into the field, just because they are going to be used as decoys, unbeknownst to them. So that's essentially the plot of the movie. And Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase played like the two guys. What did you think of the movie overall?
Didn't like it overall.
You didn't like it?
The best thing I could say for this movie is it is really well paced. It moves at
Yeah?
a clip.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you're never like,
Yeah.
it's just moving.
You didn't think it was funny at all?
There are some little bits with both of them, I mean, Chevy Chase is a funny person, but no, it's not what I would call a funny movie. There are funny moments, but
There's a lot of funny moments. I think there's a lot of funny throwaway lines that Chevy Chase does and stuff.
yeah, he has some. I love, what was his line? Fuck, I can't remember. I should have written it down. No, he does have some. I mean, he's Chevy Chase in his prime, so he definitely has funny lines. And
There's
some
a
action.
few that made me laugh as far as like the the guy they're interrogating him, the two bad guys, and one smacks him. He goes, "Let that be a lesson to you," And then
Mhm.
it's like, every minute that you don't answer a question, I cut off a finger. He goes, "Yours or mine?"
Yeah,
A lot of funny stuff.
hey, Chevy Chase is by far the king of sarcastic comedy. I don't think anybody beats him
Yeah?
in that regard. I think he might be at the top of the mountain. What
Well,
other comedian can you
smart-
think of who is sarcastic as he is? And like,
Or like smart ass comedy. I don't know. Like
No, he's
Bill
literally
Murray.
Bill Murray's very good, but Bill Murray's more sardonic and dry.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't worry about me. Look, we're doing a Saturday show, babies.
Yeah, it's a offshoot, it's a Saturday show. Who knows what's going?
This isn't canon,
Joker's
baby.
wild. Yeah.
This is an Ishvan focused Saturday.
Back to Ishvan. What do you not like about Ishvan particularly?
I think that he is a sad, troubled, angry person who spends way too much time on Facebook. And I know him in person, and he's nothing but a nice sweetheart, but he is so mean. You know what encompasses it the most. He commented on or said something on something, and someone who I have no idea who
Yeah.
it was. It was like this older woman. She's
Yeah.
like, you have so much, seems like you have so much hate in you. Like, where does that come from?
No, he told me that like yeah, when 'cause he knows that this podcast probably watch this episode, but he said like, like Lucas just called me a racist on my Facebook, and then
And I'm
he
the bad guy.
replied like, yeah, you're the bad guy. Yeah, it's like, and then you seem very like hate filled and judgmental or something, and so now I'm playing like
Huh.
you know, like, oh, hey, like, no, Lucas isn't that bad. No, Ishvan's not that bad. That kind of thing.
No,
I like it though. I like playing the.
You just love to mix it up. You like to get in there.
yeah.
Look, he's a racist, misogynistic, brainwashed moron who thinks that everybody working together is going, oh, come on. Hey, anybody welcome. What's his last name? Ishvan. Go to Ishvan Facebook. There's not going to be too many of them. Look at his post. Look at his post. No, the two people listening to this. Hey, and if you're on his side, you're on his side. That's fine. You're a racist, like Kenny is.
Just because I've known someone for 22 years doesn't mean I sign off on everything they say. But like, I would not say he's like an absolute racist or something like that, or something crazy like that. Like, I have known him a long time.
Huh. I don't think it's that crazy. Hey, why does Chevy Chase, every actress, like he like basically physically assaults her, who is Dan Aykroyd's wife, I think, right? Like,
that was well, that line too, like,
and then they immediately make out. I'm like, they just met. Like, I'm not that attractive a guy. Maybe really attractive people that happens to them.
Well, that line too, where like she's like, "Don't touch me," and then she walks away, and he's like, Don't touch me. Like he like what that made me laugh. I don't know. There's a lot of funny stuff. But yeah, what's her Donna Dixon, I think is her name. And she was married to Dan Aykroyd for 39 years until this year, I think.
Oh, they just got divorced? Oh, that's too bad.
They just got divorced. She was married to Dan Aykroyd for imagine being married to Dan Aykroyd for 39 years and then getting divorced. I don't even know at that point when you're in your 70s why even bother getting divorced. Just get separated or something. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna like start anew or what?
Aging isn't a prison, Kenny. You're still alive. You still have a pulse. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Open up a coffee shop? We're gonna move to LA, start
with all his fucking vodka, Crystal Skull money, I'm sure he probably wants to marry like a 25-year-old or some fucking shit. But but yeah, I don't even know why when you're 70s you're married for 40 fucking years. Like why even bother getting divorced and all that shit? Just get separated and die alone. That's my recommendation.
Can you do that in the case?
Hey, just get married and die alone. And now, here's the top of the charts.
Here's the Kinks with Lola.
Hey, yeah. UB40, I can't help falling in love with this song. Here we
go. Sexism. Yeah.
Stop talking about Ishvan for a second.
I don't even need to like write sexism for most of these movies. It's just like, it's just like cheating. I have all those. Oh yeah, Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd never really connect.
They never really connect, and also you don't really know why they became friends or what. There's like why
no
is he helping him? Why is he helping him with that fucking test score thing and whatnot? Yeah.
There are some good set pieces though. I did appreciate the comedic set pieces. I love a comedic set pieces. The comedy wasn't. They tried, with like cheating on the test and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And
there's some funny parts. I mean, come on, like with the training sequence and stuff, like the plane that just like smashes and stuff. There's some funny set pieces.
Yeah. But you couldn't like suggest this to anybody?
Oh, sure. I would suggest it to people well, here's the weird thing is like, I watched this movie. So I watched all those like SNL, cast members movies in the 80s, like so many times. It's hard to like watch it with fresh eyes. Like the Blues Brothers or something that I've seen like a million times. Just like go watch it and like, oh yeah, I've never seen this before. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of funny moments. I don't know. I feel like it's like I didn't really think, oh wow, what a great movie. But it does have a lot of like I said, like pacing, the production values, the actors, all that kind of stuff. It's good. Well, what about the action though? Because you were concerned about that last week.
This
This movie
isn't.
did
I'm
not.
sorry. I'm sorry, Kenny. This is not
Yeah.
a buddy action comedy. This is a comedy.
This is a
You know,
comedy.
there's one chase when they're in the fucking Pakistan or whatever.
Hey,
That's it.
hey,
And that
hey.
was even played for laughs. Where else is the action? What? You're wrong.
Dan
You're wrong.
Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd riding a fucking horse, firing 2 Uzis at the same time. If that's not action, I don't know.
If this is a buddy action comedy, then we can do Three Amigos next. All right? And that's 3 buddies.
No.
What? They shoot guns in that? According to you, that's all action needs to be, is someone writing.
I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. And
You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong.
I would say this movie barely qualifies as an action movie.
Oh,
barely.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you this. If I suggested this movie and we watched it, it wouldn't qualify at all. You would be like, no way, you fucking idiot. This isn't a buddy action, but you do.
No. Grenades are thrown, fires are shot, explosions happen. There is action in this movie. It's not devoid of action.
I hate this so much. Here's what we're gonna do.
All right.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's not an action comedy, and if you think it is, then you're a dumb idiot.
I'm not a dumb idiot. Thank you, sir.
Then you agree.
But I would say that grenades are thrown. Aykroyd firing 2 Uzis on a fucking horse, and you say this is not action. How dare you?
You know
how long
wrong.
he had to fucking do that?
Hey, by the way, okay, I have
excuse me.
Hey, a couple things are off. What would you give this as a movie or as a buddy action comedy movie?
Like 3.5. Yeah.
Wow. See, I can't do that because the buddies didn't connect and there was no action.
No.
I'm sorry. There was comedy.
There was action. I just weren't paying attention.
It wasn't real. It wasn't really action. It was slapstick. Slapstick isn't action. You know that, right?
I'm familiar with slapstick.
I got you in the corner, motherfucker. You're in the corner.
Oh, shit. No, backed up. Yeah. Pratfalls, stuff like that.
Yeah.
No.
Charlie Chaplin, that great action star. What? Go.
Okay. Heart Condition has like one big action scene,
but it was so good. We already talked about this.
If it bookends with a shootout, whatever. That's an action comedy buddy thing. It qualifies. Guns were fired, explosions happened, grenades were thrown. Dan Aykroyd riding a fucking horse, firing 2 Uzis.
Yeah, I bet he fought for that too. Fair enough. So,
yeah,
as an action movie and as a comedy and as a buddy action comedy, look, as an action movie, I give it 2.5. As a buddy comedy action, whatever the fuck we're doing here, buddies on buddies, 1.5. It's just not, it's not even in the genre. It's barely
1.5. Damn.
It barely breathes on the genre. Barely breathes on it.
Jesus, that's harsh, man. That's way harsh.
Fucking welcome to Hollywood, baby.
You didn't enjoy this movie at all? Like, none of it? You carried away with it? Nothing? No?
Not at all, no. I mean, like I said, it was well-paced, and I like the era, and I like seeing all the actors, and the women were all really attractive and stuff like that.
I think you're right, though. Like, it's oddly, like, Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd don't seem to have that much chemistry. I mean, I know it was written, he wrote it for, like, Belushi, but
yeah, but they don't have any scenes to get like where they really like connect, you don't know them, like, hey, let me do this for you, or how was your family, what was growing up like. I don't like campfire scenes, but there's ways to get that shit in there where you learn about them. Oh yeah, my daughter doesn't talk to me anymore. They're caricatures. They're not even characters, they're just we know nothing about them. Nothing.
Yeah. What do you think about like John Landis as a director? I mean, like he's obviously like he's done a lot of great movies and stuff, but like I was watching it this time, there's a lot of really like dorky shit in this movie, as far as like that samurai guy that jumps out and there's the wielding thing and like the trees fall, and then like the they come out of they parachute out of the airplane, and it cuts to like close-ups of them going, whoa, that kind of thing.
John Landis at his best is one of the best. At his most, he's pedestrian. Like, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. Yeah. What do you think is like all the like directors cameos and shit that he throws in there?
Yeah, and I love that. And it's funny, I was like, that's Sam Raimi. I was pretty proud I caught that. But
Sam Raimi, Joel Cohen, Martin Brest. This one's like loaded with them. I mean, he's always kind of done that, like Steven Spielberg being in Blues Brothers and shit.
Right.
But like, it just I don't know why he does that.
It's fun for everybody, and you get to like.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so we have our ratings. What did this movie make you feel?
It made me feel so good that I want to tell the world that it's a great movie.
This movie made me feel so horny. Had my daughters, this movie got me hot.
I remember us one time we were reading like the Peter Travers Rolling Stone reviews, and it was like this such over the top praise for like that new King Kong Peter Jackson movie.
Yeah.
And you said like it was so good I started jerking off the guy in the seat next to me. And I think that was like,
now that's a movie.
Now that's a movie.
All right, real quick, I want to cover some things that are off topic. Chips.
Yeah, sure.
Chips, the modern chips that we reviewed.
Yeah.
And The Man from Toronto, which is Netflix.
I know where you're going.
Chips is on top 10 of Netflix. Do you think much do you think we had to do with that?
100%. I think that.
I mean, who else could it be? Why else would that?
Why else? Why would it just sneak into the top 10? But also that our episode has like 44 views. So
I still think that's enough. There's no other metric that could put chips in the top 10.
So somehow the 44 people told two friends, and they told their friends, and they told their friends.
Yeah. Welcome to the business of marketing, Kenny. That's how it works.
Okay, fair enough. But I saw that too. I was like, the top 10 today, Chips and Man from Toronto. I was like, did we single-handedly whatever, like bring buddy action comedies to the forefront? I don't know.
Look, when you put stuff out in the universe, it springs back and smacks you in the face a lot of the time,
Right. All right. Yeah. Well,
I got another quick one for you. Hold on, we're not done that.
Water cooler movie. Yeah,
do you have something?
No, not really.
Then shut the fuck up. Welcome to Saturday.
So anyway, I had a fucking.
Do you have anything? I'm sorry, I was trying to do Case Keenum or whatever his name is. There's a quarterback whose name is Case Keenum, and I can't stop because my dyslexia.
Say Case Keenum, Casey Kasem.
Yeah, Casey.
That would be hard to like.
Keenum. Yeah, it's
like
my brain's like, no thanks. Like when you read books, like I don't even read names most of the time. I just glaze over the names. Like I don't pronounce them. And it'll be like the third book into a series. I'm like,
so that's why I can't. Yeah, I can't like hardly read mystery novels because like I always like I don't pay attention to names. So it's like they turn the corner and it was Professor blah blah blah. I was like, who the fuck's that? I have to like go back and look.
All right. If you were a stripper, what would your song be?
It would be
you got like a 60 minutes question.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That is a great question. It would be
Katie Cork.
What's that song? Let me see. The band is called Boys Don't Cry, and I Want to Be a Cowboy is the name. That's my stripper song. Yeah.
Great.
How about
you? I should have had an answer ready. You would think if it was my question, I would have an answer ready, but nope.
Yeah. Great, Lucas. I think we really covered Spies Like Us for people tuning in. Like, I wonder what the web has to say about Spies Like Us. They'll like click on this and it'll just be fucking garbage.
Look, if any fucking asshole's watching a fucking 40-minute video about Spies Like Us before watching it. I have no sympathy. I'm sorry.
Oh, real quick though, I want to ask you like the song Paul McCartney, Spies Like Us. That was his last top 10 hit.
That's wild. I read a little bit about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that song is fucking. It's so bad, but like also Paul McCartney, like his really bad stuff, like even like a temporary secretary or something like that. Like I still like it. I still think it's catchy. I've been rocking the Spies Like Us theme all week.
Look, Paul McCarthy's Just Another Love Song is the funniest song in the world, if you know the meaning behind it. Because he was being criticized, like, all he does is make stupid love songs. So he wrote a song like, this is just another stupid love song. What's wrong?
Silly love songs.
Yeah. I love you.
So I think you're just fucking around.
Stupid. Yeah, it's so funny. It's like such a shot from him from a very sweet perspective. He's great. He's a little songbird, that Paul McCartney.
Well, yeah, he's a little songbird. Yeah.
You watch the Get Back or whatever, or Get Out of My Life or whatever?
The Peter Jackson thing?
Yeah, you got it.
No, I haven't watched that yet. I'm house sitting for my mom's place like next week, so she has Disney Plus and Paramount Plus. So I'm gonna do a whole like binge next week of like all the Disney Plus and Paramount Plus shit I want to see.
All right. Well, we still have 3 minutes to kill. What do you want to talk about?
Ishvan.
All right, let's dig into it.
So, why are you so jealous of him and all his, things he brings to the table?
Why am I jealous of father who's white, who's an immigrant, who I'm guessing doesn't have too much money because he owns a comic book store, which I still want to go to. I haven't been back in a while.
Yeah. Would you go to the store with me if we went?
Yeah, as long as yeah. I'm not against his front. I'm just calling him out on his shit, like I do all my friends.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
What do you mean, sure? Yeah. Why are you saying it like that?
Because I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but you were saying it. Come on.
Okay, yeah. Keep going.
Where he is constantly trumpeting the fucking oppressors of our nation. You know what I mean?
He just has different politics than you. I'll say this about Ishvan though, like he speaks better English than anyone I've ever met, and that's his second language.
I'm not saying he doesn't speak English. That's not even what we're talking about, Kenny.
I know. You don't like his politics. So what?
No, it's not that I don't like his politics. I won't stand for, or I won't stand for it. Like I'm going to fucking meet him in the street with a sword. Anybody who's anti-abortion can go fuck off and die, in my opinion. Anybody who is racist can fuck off and die. I'm just sick of all this shit. And during all the Black Lives Matters, he was posting a bunch of shit constantly. No, I'm just not going to sit on my hands and go, oh, and he's like, I'm a libertarian. Hey, who do you think he voted for presidency in 2020? This libertarian.
Probably whatever the fuck her name was, Jill Jorgensen.
No, he didn't. He voted for fucking Trump. There's no way he didn't vote for Trump. And I'm gonna say here, to my eyes, listen, you lecture me. I don't think so, Kenny. Sorry, it's fun.
All right. Well, this was the Spies Like Us episode. I think we covered it pretty well for anyone tuning in.
But seriously, oh yeah, by the way, Kenny, happy birthday.